Welcome to a special episode number 20 edition of Doomsday T on DC. And the reason why I wanted to put this out is on the last episode I meant to touch on, what is coming up for DC and kind of put it in order for you. I think I said I was kind of going to do that and I didn't. So basically I got a new printer and wanted to test it out. So I printed this out, which is a fan-made kind of DC slate. And you're going to see it, of course, on the B-roll while we're rolling here. But I'm just going to run that most of the way. But let's go ahead and start off, and let's just go through the list. Since we didn't get that kind of timeline that we're used to seeing at the company that shall not be named and DC, Warner Brothers always are usually, Hall H, they put out the big graphic of movies and TV shows, and the company that shall not be named did do that, but we didn't get a Hall H from Warner Brothers this year. So I'm your Hall H, I'm your DC hookup, and yes, I know that once again this is fan made, the graphic and everything, and it's off the DC Watchtowers where I got it, and maybe it was passed around other places, but once again, join that Watchtower group. You will love it, and everybody in there is great. The administrators keep everything straight. They have fun amongst themselves a lot of times, which is great. It's fun. You gotta have fun. This is their escape in life. These comic book movies, and I do think it's funny. And of course I've got some company that shall not be named knowledge, and there's characters that I love from that company. And what's sad is just from comics and growing up, and you follow both, or at least this war wasn't the way it is until these movies come out. Like you take a Marvel moviegoer, and then my limited knowledge of Marvel comics, I know more than Marvel moviegoers about the source material. If that tells you anything. And I'm sure there's people with DC it's the same way. They don't know anything about the source material. But I just think it's sad, that source material wouldn't have any of these movies if we didn't have that source material. But hey, I'm a mark for the movies. I want a live action movie of everything. But let's get going with this. First off, Wolfman and Perez, they would be proud of the Teen Titans on the DC app, and season 2 we're supposed to get on September the 6th of this year. It's just an adult, edgy show, and at some point we got to get the Joker. At some point, we've got Jason Todd, and I'm assuming, they're following that storyline, and, I guess, are we going to get a recreation of the Killing Joke on that show? Or maybe from, the Teen Titans angle of what happened. Like, we're just going to have the aftermath of what happens to Jason Todd. So that's going to be curious. Like I said in the last episode, you got to give us Nightwing. And what about the Joker? We're going to have a Joker cast. I would say by that third season, if not the third, fourth season, Jason Todd is going to be out of there, and hopefully we get a Red Hood. And man, follow that. Give us a Ra's al Ghul. Follow Jason Todd. Follow his story. But okay, so that's September the 6th of 2019. The next is an animated movie, September 24th, and that is the Teen Titans Go versus the Teen Titans cartoon. Like I said, it's an animated movie. Should be good. I love everything DC animation does, and I'm sure that this will not fail us. And after that, we get back to the major motion picture, and that is October the 4th of 2019, and that is Joker. And we've talked a lot about Joker. No need to go over it. It's in contention for an Oscar already. It's got a huge buzz around it. And apparently they've been showing that movie quite a bit. And people are really starting to love it. Following the Joker movie is the HBO series of The Watchmen. Follows that. Then after the Harlequin, or after the HBO series, you're going to have the Harlequin series on the DC app. That's also an October release of 2019. And December then of 2019, you're going to have the TV series, The Crisis on Infinite Earth, the crossover, and like I said, last episode, I think that we are going to get probably the death of Green Arrow in that. Which will be a fitting death for him and an epic death for him. Looking forward, to see that in that crossover in particular. Okay, following that on their list here is Stargirl, and they're hoping for a January 2020 release on Stargirl. That also on the DC app, the television app, which I don't know, when does that go to HBO? I probably need to look that up, but I think all that gets mixed in. You're going to have Warner Brothers, HBO shows, the DC shows. Everything's going to be on that HBO app. We're going to get a Red Son Superman animated movie, which is basically what if Superman's ship from Krypton landed in Russia instead of Kansas, Middle America, and how that would affect the Earth and history. So that's going to be good. It's an Elseworld comic book movie, animated movie, and it was a big seller. I guess that was in the 90s. I never got that book. I know a lot about it. I remember everybody talking about it, but that was never something on my list. But I always thought it was good, and they had figures back then, and those figures were awesome. Had Batman, Green Lantern, I think there was a Wonder Woman, of course, Superman. They were all really cool. But following Red Son, the animated movie, we get back to the major motion picture, and that is Birds of Prey on February the 7th of 2020. So that's not far away. We're 5 months away from Birds of Prey. We're basically a month away from, we're 2 months away from the Joker movie. So we're getting some major motion pictures coming up from DC, and always love that. They did announce at Comic-Con that Young Justice got a 4th season, and it was renewed, and so I looked to get those episodes basically sometime between that Birds of Prey, that February 7th, 2020 Birds of Prey date, and the Wonder Woman 84 June 5th of 2020 date. I look to have a Young Justice Season 4 come out. I think there's a Superman like a Man of Tomorrow or something like that. And then Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, all animated movies. All should come out between Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84. Like I said, we're in a good string starting with Shazam, where we're getting 2 DC movies of live action a year. But we're starting to get where it gets crazy. Okay, so after the Wonder Woman, the second half of 2020 should bring us the second season of Doom Patrol. That should make everybody happy. Doom Patrol was a great hit, and season 2 should be that much better. And then what we have after that is back to the major motion pictures. I mean, we have the June 25th date of 2021, which is the Matt Reeves Batman movie. That's solid. Once again, June 25th, 2021 is the Batman. And right after that, on August the 6th, is we get James Gunn's the Suicide Squad movie. So, we know we've got two this year, we got two next year, and we got two in 2021. Those are all cut and drying for sure. And then the December 16th of 2022 is Aquaman 2. Those dates are solid. We know we are getting those movies. So, 2019 we got the solid 2. We already know 2020 we're getting a solid 2. And we know 2021 we're getting a solid 2. Now, the key from there is you've got New Gods being written and being wrote right now with DuVernay and Tom King. And I mean, they're openly talking about it. We know we're going to get a release date on that soon. DuVernay and Tom King, they did confirm the Female Furies, which is the elite group for Darkseid on Apocalypse. They did confirm that we would get Darkseid and the Female Furies in the New Gods movie. So, like I said, where is that date going to come? Will it be a 2022, like before Aquaman? Or, and then we also confirmed The Rock, and, once The Rock makes his schedule and he's got it open, he says he's ready to go, he does it. So they're saying middle of 2020 is the production of the Black Adam movie. And Shazam, they haven't said a lot about it, but we know that ever since Shazam's been released, they've almost been in a pre-production, getting the script ready, getting ready for a Shazam 2. So we know Black Adam and Shazam 2 is on its way also. Where are they going to fall? I'm pretty sure, would they? Surely they wouldn't wait to 2023. I'm thinking 2022. If they film everything, they start filming it in the middle of next year, 2020, both of those movies, then by 2021, the middle of 2021, they should be done. So, I'm assuming they already know Batman and Gunn's Suicide Squad. We already know release dates on them in 2021. Like I said, that's a late December 16th release date for Aquaman 2. So why not put in that 2022? I could see Shazam and the Black Adam movie. I could see both of those falling real nice and neat into the 2022 slots before Aquaman. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I don't want to end without talking about the Flash movie we talked about last episode. They're talking about being in production. Was it early next year or late or mid-late something next year? Maybe it was The Flash. It was supposed to be like in production like by mid next year, and then it was Black Adam. It was late next year. Either way, this Flash movie is going forward. Hodson's writing it. So you've got New Gods and The Flash all right there with Shazam and Black Adam. All we need are solid release dates like what we have with Batman and the Suicide Squad at this moment. Excuse me, and we're ready to roll then. So that's where we sit with the that's where we sit with the DC Extended Universe. So, but that covers everything that we're up to date on the DC movie news and animated movies and things coming out for the TV show. I just wanted to give that to you. Like I said, I meant to give it to you last episode and didn't. So I'm just doing a special, episode here for episode 20 to get that out. And I do want to cover something because I was confused, and Titus Titan there had asked me about a Black Adam figure, which, shoot, I hate to bring that out, but okay, the last time I was in my old toy box, I saw this Black Adam figure, which is a DC Direct from, who knows, 10, 15 years ago. Awesome figure, awesome DC Direct figure, awesome Black Adam figure, probably the best one out there. It's just awesome. I love it. But this is what I saw. I was talking about the Shazam figure that I brought out last time with the Mr. Mime, and I was confused. I was wrong. Because whenever I got back in that box to find that Black Adam this week, not only did I find the cape, which is a soft cloth cape, not that plastic, but this was my Shazam, which was the older Shazam. I was wrong. I thought what I picked up was from the early 2000s, and maybe it was. Maybe it was. But I thought it was this figure, the one that I have, and I thought I was rebuying it. No, I'm not. This is a different DC Direct that I bought 10, 15, 20 years ago. And like I said, it's got like the flowers on it or like real or whatever. Like this cape, man, is so perfect. I love it when they pay attention to detail on the capes, especially. It's just something about it. But this is an awesome DC Direct figure. Just wanted to clear that up on this episode and show you the difference. And I just forgot. I thought that I had lost it. I thought I'd lost this figure, so I got that other Shazam, which is a cool Shazam, and I love it. But and maybe that is because I can see it from here. Maybe it is a redo of this one. They just put that plastic cape on it and didn't do this cool cape. Cause dang man, they're pretty close. They're pretty close figures. But anyway, that'll do it for T's Toys this week. Just wanted to kind of clear that up because I was confused and thought I had bought the same Shazam figure, but I didn't. I did find that and found the cape. Now the Mr. Worm or Mr. Worm figure is from that one, so I don't know. I'm confused on the one that I bought, but I know for sure that Black Adam and that Shazam was one I bought years and years ago. So, but once again, that'll do it this week for Doomsday T on DC. And like, share, and subscribe. This is kind of our Comic-Con edition, I guess, of Doomsday T on DC. This is our Hall H. I just wanted to put that out there, and whoever did that graphic, I really appreciate the time they put on it. And y'all be good or be good at it. And we'll see you next time on Doomsday T on DC. See ya.